Okay guys, welcome back to another video. So again, I guess we can keep this level, but just so I can get to that tip real quickly, I'm going to delete this tip. Obviously, you guys aren't like falling on level, you're just looking at the tips, so you can keep your level. Just going to say tips. Okay, so you don't have to create a new level, this is just tips. Because like last time we covered, everything so far. And now we're going to move on to the next tip. So now we covered power-ups last time, so obviously you don't have to level with power-ups. Just moving on from them. So we covered what everything here does. Very fascinating. Okay. These we covered this. So by default, right, the behavior is that you can move through, and then you can land on top like it's a solid block. So the sides are pretty nice, so you can jump on top. Typically, how you would use this is, so not trying to create a decent level here, but just trying to explain it. So like this. Let's use this, right? All right. Okay, never mind. In order for it to work, we do need to use swipe. So just use swipe. Okay, and it looks better too. Right. Obviously, because swiping does not allow you to swipe wherever you want. Swipe again. Okay. Yeah, now I got the box select. It's a box. The swipe and multi-select will give you the multi-select. Like that. Move it like this. Right. No decor, obviously. We're just trying to show what this is looking. Then you can place your enemies, and what they'll do is just move on top of the area. Okay. And notice how when I place this thing, it's a little underneath where I place it, or a little above that. So that's just something to know, is it won't be placed exactly where you want, but it's good enough. Okay. So all you have to do is just move it up a bit. Okay, I have to do here is just move it up a bit. Okay. Alright, so now as you can see, right, you can just kill him. So let's say you try jumping while you're trying to kill him. You can't really jump and kill him, because if you jump and kill him, you're just going to jump on top of the next block. So that's what this is. You can move side to side, and then you can just jump up. You can't press down to come down for them, but you can just go down like that. Okay. Now the second way of this is not with these guys. Actually, you can use these guys, but then this guy he won't be able to move because he won't be able to move past these on the side. So I guess you multi-select like this, right? And you make them non-passable. Now look, now this guy will just be stuck there because there's a wall, and it'll be too quick if you move side to side. Let's see, now I can't move past it, but it's just treated like a solid base. Okay. In the future, basically the third option would be that you turn on something and basically now you can push the block, but right now we don't have that. Okay. So the same goes for crates. So the same goes for crates. Okay, so right now it's passable. Right, so I can move like this through the crate. I can jump on top of the crate, right? Or I can turn off passable for the crate. Now look at it. Now I cannot move past it. It's just treated like a solid block, right, with collisions. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, door, just the ending to level. This isn't really a complete level, but if you place an empty door, you just automatically get all the missions. They don't earn anything. That's something. Yeah, so you don't earn any coins. So yeah, that's the door. We got all 3 missions because there's no enemies or points to kill. Alright. Okay, and you can create a swimming pool. Every time you use create a swimming pool, always use swipe because you don't want gaps in the water. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I'll just show the difference here. So let's say you wanted to create a swimming pool. Okay, we'll make it a bit bigger here. Okay, let's say I didn't use swipe with that. And I just did this. Right, notice how there's gaps. Okay, this is really bad. You don't want it like this. So you have to use swiping with the swimming pool. And then you have to put a goggle power up. Okay, so I'll just put it above like this. Okay, so this is what happens when you swipe and you create a swimming pool. So look, I cannot enter a swimming pool without defeat. Okay, but let's say I do wear goggles. Now I can swim in the water, right? Okay, let's add some ground next time, right? Because or else you're just gonna sink with gravity after. Okay, these blocks you don't have to swipe them, right? As long as they do the trick. But I guess for swimming pools, always just use swiping for the water and for the blocks. So see, we cannot place exactly where we want it. Now we just move it then by 2 times speed. Adjust it perfectly. Okay. And use an advanced technique here called duplication. Now I can select it. There's nothing behind it except some background. Move it by 3 times speed. Okay. Those who watched the actual level design will know how familiar this is. Okay. And then we can create a half size block for this one. Okay, make sure to do that. Go up and down. So just the way we want it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna swipe for this one. Okay, so see we can't move it. So we just gotta estimate how it looks like. So I'm assuming it's gonna be 4 blocks wide. Now I just put it into place. Move by 1 pixel now. So exact. Then you can just move it like this. And then we can just we can try out our swimming pool. So now we aren't gonna fall. Don't die like that. It's the dumbest thing you can do. Get your goggles. Alright, buckle in, and now we got a pool. You can add fishes or whatever. Okay, and then look at the difference. This one properly use swiping it. So it's nice and perfect because it's a swimming pool. And this is what happens when you think of this as blocks or terrain and you create some pool. It's just not a swimming pool anymore. Right? Right. So because it has gaps, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so make sure to use swiping the swimming pool for the water and for the blocks. Right? Because if you don't, then your pool is going to have gaps, and nobody wants gaps in water. You want just one unified pool. All right. And that was just for the swimming. Now let's move on to perfect. So we have a gap here. So now let's add a moving platform that can move us to the right. Okay. And by default, that's how far it moves. So you guys can. Oh no, it's a hazard. So just so I don't die from the water, get the goggles. Start to swim back up. Okay. And see now, it's moving me up, right? Because if I didn't get onto that moving platform, I would have died. Okay. Now let's change the direction of this moving platform. Okay. What I have to do is not select the platform here. Look, it doesn't work. Go to the selection box. Now let's say I want to move it up. I have to do negative in the y-axis. That's just how the up direction is. Now it's going to move 5 blocks up. Now why is it moving diagonally? Because it's also moving 5 blocks to the right. So now you have a different direction. Okay. So your y-axis is flipped. So if it's negative, it'll go up. If it's positive, it'll go down. And let's say you want it to only go up, then you just make it 0 blocks in the x-axis. Right? So on and so forth. So just very basic math. So yeah, so this one goes up. We want it to go there. But I mean, this could work because you can just jump that way. And then the last thing to change, other than its direction or how far it goes, is of course its speed. So its speed is about 3 blocks per second. But basically, so just like blocks, right? This is just 128 pixels, it's what it's equal to. But we're just calling it blocks. So just like the same, unit as this, the blocks are referring to these blocks, right? You can change the speed. So if I made this 6 blocks, it's going to travel 6 blocks per second. Notice it's a lot faster now. Okay. And so yeah, you can just play around with that to get the values you want, or get the feel you want by changing the values. So play around with the values, and then it'll automatically change itself. But notice, let's say I change the direction for this to be 0, right? It's not going to work right away. right? Right now it should stop moving, but it's right. So right now it's supposed to be 0, but it's not going to instantly do it. I have to press play, then I have to go back to the editor, and then notice how it listens to the effect. Now it's just staying still because why? Because last time I put a 0 0. So it only changes the effects of these specific things when you're, when you press the play button, and then you come back. Okay. All right. Same thing with spike moving platform. So same thing with direction, speed, and then we covered this before with the switch to stop it. All right. Okay. So these are just different rotating platforms. You've seen these in the levels. And against this one, just jump on to where the chest is. Okay. Very simple. So look, now you got to collect all 3 points. Because remember the missions, you have to collect everything. So you have to come to the chest. Watch out for the spinning thing. That. Okay. I'm going to zoom out a bit. So our second rotating platform looks something like this. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Obviously you want more space. So now you go from this one. You can hop off this one. Our third rotating platform. For some reason these look identical, but they're not. See, this one only has 1 spike chain. So it has 3 spike chains. Okay, this one, obviously, it's just different variants of the same exact mechanic. And then all of them have the same, all of them have the same editing abilities. So, but for this one, you don't have to press play to see it change in the speed of rotation. This one is instant. Okay, so if I change this one, look, the smaller number, you might be like, oh, well, in terms of speed, if it's less, it should be slower. Well, this is duration, so this is how long it takes. So if it takes 0.5 seconds, it's going to be really fast, right? But let's say I make this number something like 10 seconds. Now it's going to take 10 full seconds to create a whole rotation, right? But then when it's something like 3 seconds, you can see how much faster it is already. Okay. And then, last but not least, we have small falling platforms. So as soon as the player hits this, it will just drop for a brief moment. So basically, you can change the reset time. So this is how long it will take for the platform to come back. Yeah, we have the messy level. I'm probably going to die before I even get to that point. Well, what is this mess? No, I can't even reach it. Okay. Yep, so you guys got all the tips, so I'm just going to explain the next tip. Another one. Interesting. Oh, sorry. It has to be 5 characters long. It has to go like that. It's not. It wasn't. See that disable button. Changed the button. I thought it didn't work. So, saying tips continued or something random. That's not very relevant, but yeah. So we already covered whatever we covered before. So continuing from that, on platform we didn't have space. So yeah. So I can make this one take 1 second to reset, and I can make this one take 0.5. Let's take this one take like 2.5 seconds to reset. So now look, as soon as I jump, see this one, it just drops and then it comes back to the top. Yeah. Let's say there was nothing in the bottom, then I'll just fall straight down. Notice how quickly this one resets, right? And that one, this one takes a little longer, this one takes a little longer. So there's some very unique, cool things that you can do with these falling platforms. Okay. All right. And then let's quickly cover this. So these are usually used for the car, but you can use it forever for whatever. So I'm just gonna quickly do that for this. Oh, undo. Is that the hill? Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna do it in the order that's in. And go like that. Place it somewhere like here. Okay, right around here. Okay, just move it down a bit. I can change the scale of this, so I'm gonna make it half the size. I don't want to take too long. I'm gonna turn on this, so now as soon as I place it, it'll be half the size without having to manually do that. Okay. The U-curve looks something like this, so the name matches what the terrain will look like. Shoot. Okay, let's just quickly do that. Alright, now it's like half the size of the terrain. And got it straight over here. Maybe it's half the size. Oh no. Build. That, like that. Okay, yeah, so when you change the object that you're clicking on, you have to just repress that. Okay, so these are all the 4 checks, so once we're done this, you can basically say that we covered everything in the extra stuff section. So yeah, obviously when the player goes to slope, see he doesn't slant on it, but you can try with the car, the car will just like go smoothly over the slope, right? So you want to see that. So as you can see, the player, he doesn't like tilt to the slope, he just goes over it. That's just how it works. I don't want to hear any complaining. Oh, why doesn't the player tilt the hill? That's just how it works, okay? Okay, so then looking for the car, it's going to be nice and easy. You know, you're just going to go over the hill. There, jump over it. See, the car, obviously it just like turns and just moves with like, you know, regular physics would. See, so yeah, you can go through the entire trunk of the car. The player doesn't tilt on the slopes and stuff, but the car does. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys.